Good morning, boys and girls. It's a beautiful day. Got something special for you this morning. My husband is going fishing this evening, and he likes to catch his own bait. So we're going to see if he had any luck last night with his crawfish traps. So right here is one of his crawfish traps. Of course, he's going to put it in the water, and there's a hole right there at the end where the crawfish can crawl into it to get to the bait that he puts in the little box that's inside the trap. So now that's one he's just emptied. Let's check one that he's in the middle of emptying right here. So here he is with his crawfish, and he's counting them as he gets them out. And they actually look like little, kind of like little lobsters. So they have pinchers like lobsters do. They have tails like lobsters do. But whereas a lobster is way too big to sit in my hand, the crawfish fits there perfectly. I see their pinchers right there, and he's crawling around. It actually tickles my hand some. He's trying to crawl over my hand, whoops, and onto the tailgate he went. Let's see. Ooh, and I keep dropping him. That's not good. So this is what the underside of them look like. See if we can get a good view here. And they have 8 small legs, 4 on either side, and then they have their 2 big pinchers. And then up top they have a couple of smaller, is that legs? Yep, a couple of smaller legs up there between their pinchers.
That's their feeders.
Well, sorry.
Hands to feeders. I mean, that's what they feed themselves with.
Okay, did y'all hear
Like
that?
hands.
It's like their hands, and that's what they use to feed themselves with. All right, so we're going to come over here, and we are going to put him in this bucket with all these others. That looks like a lot of crawfish, doesn't it, boys and girls? All right. See, we still have several more traps to get open. So let's see. He's opening it up. And right here, this is the box that he puts the bait in to try to catch the crawfish. And that's just pieces of chicken that he used, like chicken backs and small parts of the wings that you don't eat. And it makes great crawfish bait. Let's see. He's got another basket full of them. Let's see, how many traps did he set out? He's got, let's come over here and count. Can you make sure y'all are counting with me, okay? All right, here we go. So we had 1, 2, 3. He's emptying 4. And let's come over here and see. He has 5 and 6. And I don't know if you can see it that well in there. But those have crawfish in them too. We'll find out from him how many crawfish he had caught altogether. Okay, boys and girls, he has 75 crawfish in this bucket already, and he still has this trap and that trap right there that he has to empty. So how many crawfish did we end up with?
110.
We ended up with 110 crawfish. That's a lot. So he will have plenty to fish with today. So when he fishes with them, he's going to take the hook, and on the back side of the tail right there, let's see, right where my thumb is, here, is where he'll run the hook on them before he throws them in the water. And we'll see when he comes home what kind of fish, or if any, he has caught with these. Now, if he doesn't use all of them, you can either put them back in their home environment, which is where he caught those, is at the creek. And if he doesn't put them back, he wants to keep them, we have different containers that he can add a little bit of water and some dead leaves and things in there for them, and so that they can live in that until he's ready to use them again. See here, boys and girls, he's got a cooler. He's going to put, get ready to put the crawfish in. He's taking old dead leaves and other things where he's digging it up from the ground, and he's throwing it in the cooler, and it's got a little bit of water in there, and then that's going to be a safe environment for the crawfish to stay in. And all the crawfish, he just had to dump them in the top, and they'll crawl down there under the leaves. And he's putting the chicken that he used as bait in there with them so that they'll have something to eat. What do you think this is? If you guessed a tub, that's right. That is a old tub that came out of somebody's house where they did a remodel. And he got the tub, and it looks like just a really big pile of dirt with a few leaves and all in there. But there's actually something kind of special in this big pile of dirt. And let's see if we can move to this side. And we're going to start flipping through it and see. Oh, and it feels, and it's wet. Of course, the top is really dry dirt, but down in here, it is wet. Do y'all see what's in there? Can y'all see? This is worm bed. He has made a big worm bed, so when he gets ready to fish with his worms, all he has to do is come out here and dig them up. And you see how it's crawling a little bit. And see, it's really cold this morning. Oh, let's see. See how that one's going back down into the dirt? Let's see if I can get him back uncovered and let him do that again. Oh, here we go. So he comes out here and he gets him a coffee can. Let's see. Oh, here it is right here. He takes the old coffee can and he will dig up some worms and put them in there to take them fishing with him. And then whatever he does not use while he's fishing, he comes right back and puts them right back in here. Now, what do you think he gives the worms to eat? Because with them not being out in the ground themselves and them being in this worm bed, we have to treat them like we would any other pets and feed them. So what do you think that you would feed a worm? When he gets ready to feed the worms, he feeds them. You got several different options. You can do flour. When we have flour that's getting old because we just didn't use it in a limited amount of time, we will feed it to the worms. You can feed them cornmeal. As long as there's no salt or any spices like that, because it'll definitely kill the worms, and you don't want to do that. And he will also feed them chicken feed, like laying crumbles or other mashed up chicken food. He'll feed them, and he sprinkles it over the top, and then he'll take the water hose and he will spray over the top if the dirt is too dry, and he will take a pitchfork and he will just mix up the dirt, and he'll go way down deep and flip it over so that he can get it all mixed up, so he can make sure that all the dirt is good and wet and that the food gets mixed in there really well for them. Now this morning it's kind of cold, so they're not moving around all that much, but you can tell we have different sizes of them. We have this one big one, somewhat big here, and then look at this. We have a little one. So it's one of the reasons he has a worm bed, so that when they have babies, they'll be right here in his bed, and when they get bigger, he'll be able to use them to go fishing with. Now the dirt's really wet right now, so we're not going to have to worry about adding water anytime soon. And I think he fed them just a few days ago, so we missed out on that, but maybe next time we'll get to see that. And then see, there's even a root from a little plant trying to grow in there. Because if you'll remember, when y'all would find them out on the playground, and you would just find them out there in the middle of the grass or crawling around at the bottom of the trees. And so from time to time you'll find it where a plant has started rooting and trying to come up in here. And we do have to watch out for birds from time to time, because it's easy food for them. So when we see birds over here, we try to shoo them off and keep them away. Even Charlie likes to get on the fishing action, boys and girls. He likes to try and catch the end of the line and pull on it